Today on Midday at 12:30, we're going to tell you about one businessman's plan to shake up your daily coffee routine. Plus, Chef Allison Davis is cooking up some crab cake mushrooms. This is Midday Kentucky. Afternoon. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us on Midday at 12:30. I am Amber Freeman.
And I'm Adam Banks.
It was a beautiful weekend. And even for somebody who doesn't like it cold, it was a little chilly Saturday, but absolutely gorgeous out there.
It was. It was a little cold, like you said, but it was beautiful. Did you have a good weekend?
Fabulous weekend. Started out Friday covering Big Blue Madness. I had never been to a Big Blue Madness, and it lived up to all the hype. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's a big pep rally.
Yeah, it was good. We did some live hits outside, talked to a lot of the fans. I'm telling you, and we say it all the time, Cats fans are crazy, but they are crazy in the best way possible because they just live for this stuff.
They show out, and what's unbelievable is how they get their tickets. They camp out for days to get a hold of these tickets.
We cover it, and that is, I talked to a lot of fans that did camp out. I also talked to some fans that came from out of state just for the pep rally. So that was impressive. The guys and the girls on the blue carpet, they have some style. The dance moves were good, so that was all good.
Yeah, I've never actually been to Big Blue Madness, so I need to get out there and check it out. I am more of a person that likes to go to things, watch competition, and usually when you go to things like Big Blue Madness, it's just more of a, all right, this is the team. It's kind of gets a little repetitive.
Adam Banks, are you a true Cats fan?
I'm a huge Cats fan. Don't test my fandom.
I'm testing it because you always talk about it. I think it's time to go next year.
Okay, we'll go next year.
Then Keeneland was Saturday. I can't even think what day it is. The game on Saturday night. Good way. Congratulations to the Cats. Nice to win homecoming.
That was a great win. It was a perfect way to get our first SEC win. I thought it was very entertaining.
Good. It sets the tone for a good week up ahead.
It does, and I had a very productive weekend too. I mean, it was very low key, but I got a lot done, and it always makes for a better Monday when you get things done over the weekend. So
you didn't go out and get crazy?
I did not. I am taking an online college class, and I forgot.
So responsible, Adam. So responsible.
I forgot how stressful that is to take college classes. I mean, I've not taken a college class in 10 years, and this is my first one in a long time. So.
Well, when you're as young as I am, you remember college very vividly.
Exactly. You just got out of college. So.
Exactly. Somebody did ask me the other day if what my plans were for the future. I was like, I think we missed that, though. I was actually here at the studio. I haven't done Nightside News in a long time and did last night's 11 show. I like it. I like the set. It's fun. It was good.
Different vibe.
No, I mean, it's just good it was actually good to be here on a weekend on a night show.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but speaking of night show, I am dragging a little bit today, probably more so than usual because it kind of disrupts your sleep schedule. Everybody kind of knows I live off caffeine. I would inject it into my veins if I liked needles.
That's hardcore.
But listen to this. A lot of times we're either standing or sitting in a drive-thru every morning just to wait for that $4 or $5 cup of coffee. I'm not going to name names, but do you pay that much for your coffee?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, a lot of people do, and then they don't finish it. So they're wasting $5 a day. Listen to this new thing. One guy wants to help you put an end to that routine. He's also going to help your pocketbook. Vincent Meyer, he's a 35-year-old French-born tech entrepreneur. I feel like I'm doing a date-making app there. He has raised nearly $1 million to fuel a fast-growing service. Now, it's only in New York City right now. It delivers coffee in ceramic mugs to, are you ready for this? Workers' desk every morning.
Oh, I love it.
Every morning they get their coffee delivered, and then that's not the end. He picks them up so that they can wash them and then reuse them the next day.
That's perfect.
This is a fabulous idea. Now it's called Goffy. I don't know if that sounds so sophisticated, but who am I to judge? It's pronounced like coffee, but it has a G. It launched a year ago from an industrial space in Hell's Kitchen at 8th Avenue. It's currently delivering 1,000 cups a day to offices throughout Midtown New York City. That number is expected to climb to 4,000 cups a day by the end of this year. It's really, really cool because they don't have to go in lines. A lot of companies are doing it for their employees.
What's the one thing we always say we don't have enough of Time.
Caffeine.
Well, time is that one thing that we always are trying to get more of. This eliminates waiting in line for your coffee. Sometimes if you are that employee that has to stop every morning to get your coffee and you're about 5-10 minutes late to work, this is going to increase productivity at your job because you're going to be able to skip that part of stopping at the coffee shop. You got it delivered to you. I love it. Unfortunately, it's in New York. Why does every good thing start out in New York?
Because it's very cutting edge, but perhaps it'll move here. This is a really, really cool part because a lot of the offices are footing the bill, so it's saving their employees that $5 a day. They're buying like a 30-person office. It runs about $900 a month, which works out to between $1.50 and $2 a cup.
Okay.
Which you think about, that's actually really, really cheap for coffee. And it's taking away the need for offices to have the disgusting coffee maker in their office.
Yeah, they never change the water in those Keurigs.
I mean, if you even have a Keurig, I'm not calling anybody out, but you also don't have to buy cups, all that kind of thing, so it's environmentally safe. Love this idea.
I love it. I think it's great.
All right, well, tell us what you think if you would subscribe to that service and talk to us on Facebook.
Yes.
Well, all right, coming up next, we're always told as children to be on our best behavior, but shocking, even as adults, we could use a refresher on manners. We have etiquette expert Sally Plass up next, and she has a few for us for some festivals and arts and crafts. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. All right, good etiquette, it can go a long way, no matter what situation you're in, but especially when we're in tight quarters, we're kind of walking around, maybe there's things that we can break. So we have an expert here today who's going to teach us how to maneuver those situations. Sally Plass, our etiquette expert, is in the studio today. Sally, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I always love being here.
Well, we love when you are here because you make us better people.
We learn so much when you're here.
Well, now, Adam, listen to this well. Do not touch something that you're not willing to consider buying.
Is that in every way of the man?
I learned that as a young child.
Yes.
If you break it, you buy it.
Yes, that is very important. That is true. And a lot of people don't teach their children that sometimes, and they're not considerate of being in someone's booth. Now, people have worked long and hard in their arts and crafts areas to express their creativity. So if you can't say something nice about their art, I mentioned this earlier, sometimes you look at something and you'll say, oh, I don't get it, I don't understand, why would someone call this art? Find something kind to say in that booth. Those people have worked hard to be there. You can say, I appreciate your creativity, or this is a very unique piece. Say something kind. Don't stand there and think that they are not hearing you.
And Sally, I want to back up a little bit because what we're talking about, it's fall season. A lot of us are heading out on the weekends. We have that weather.
Yes.
Everybody's doing their pumpkin spice stuff. They're looking for new decorations for their homes. And there's all kinds of arts and crafts festivals going on out there. And you're talking about when we walk in those booths, a lot of times it may not be our style, but still be nice.
Exactly. And then if you're with your children or you have a stroller, be considerate of the space that the booth is taking. You may not have room to push in your double wide stroller, or if you have a lot of children, maybe have someone stand with them outside the booth, take turns. Usually they're in small spaces. Also, if you're drinking or eating, please be considerate. Maybe finish your food or your drinks before you go in to touch everything. You don't want these greasy fingers touching someone's beautiful piece of art they've worked hard on.
Have you ever been at one of these and you just see disaster is looming? Like people are walking in there like, I hate to say the cliche, bull in a china shop. But you have all these art canvases or sculptures and there's kids running around. That's scary.
Or you have a lot of big, huge shopping bags you've carried. You've already bought a lot of things. So be considerate of that. A lot of the festivals now will have a drop-off area, so they'll hold your packages for you, and be considerate in that way. I also want to encourage you to be respectful of their art and the amount of the price that they've put on it. An arts and crafts show is not the time for bargaining, and it's not a flea market. You are showing respect to their craft by offering, buying them for the price. Also, don't ask them to hold something for you that you have not paid for. They need to be able to sell that item. If you decide you wanted to go around to some other booths and maybe make your choice. Don't ask them to hold that for you.
It's not Walmart. They don't have layaway.
That is very true. Thank you, Amber.
Well, thank you for bringing this to our attention, because a lot of times we just don't realize it. We're there to have a good time, and we don't
Yes.
think about the other side.
Yes.
Sally, how do we get a hold of you if we ever have any etiquette questions?
Yes. It's just etiquetteenrichment.com. And I want to say this little phrase. Etiquette is about building relationships.
That's a great.
love it.
Yeah, and that works in every situation.
It does.
Yes.
Well, we always love
Absolutely.
when you are here in the studio.
Thank
You'll be
you.
back soon. Thank you so much for
you.
your tips. Great tips out there.
I love fall.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes. And I mean, we all like shopping, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. You can find more on Sally at her website. Thanks again for being here, and stay with us because we have our resident chef, Allison Davis, in the kitchen. She's making a mushroom dish with a little bit of a seafood twist. Thanks for staying with us. All right, this segment is for our gentlemen out there. Many men do not realize the importance of having a properly fitting suit, or just they maybe have never been measured properly and know exactly what to look for when they're looking, whether it's style, fit, color, pattern, or material. Having an expert help gives every man that advantage. And here to help us out, we have Dillard's Tailored Clothing Manager, John Bugate here. Thank you. We always love when you're here on set.
I always love being here.
Well, you make it so much more stylish.
Well, thank you.
So, John, tell us, why is it so important for every man to own a fitted suit?
Well, you know, we were just with Sally on the show talking about etiquette, and we were talking earlier that dressing well is good manners and etiquette. You show respect for whomever you are with, be it a wedding, funeral, things like that, when you're dressing well.
It's so true. It's a sign of respect.
Exactly. And so what we are doing tomorrow on October 15th, we're having a made-to-measure trunk show. Years ago, guys used to go all through the towns with little trunks and full of all these fabrics, and they'd go house to house or store to store to try to sell their wares carrying a trunk. And hence, that's where the word trunk show comes up. And so what we do is that we have all these fabrics, and we have special pricing going on, which is really neat. We have special pricing on suits and sport coats, and then for each garment you buy, you get $200 worth of shirts and ties for free.
Wow.
Each garment.
Wow.
Each garment. So it's a heck of a deal. Exponentially, this has gotten bigger and bigger for us each year.
Well, let's talk about just the difference between a suit and a coat. Is it a sport coat?
Yeah, well, there's a suit, of course, is going to be where the pants match the coat. That's your suit. And it could be a solid, it could be a plaid, it could be a pinstripe and things like that. There is a blazer. A blazer is a solid sport coat that has metal buttons. And then there's a sport coat that is patterned or textured that has a plastic or horn button.
Ah, so that's the difference.
Correct.
That's very, very
Correct,
interesting.
yes.
I love it that you can throw the sports coat on over really anything. Jeans, you could throw it over khakis, you could throw it over dress pants. So when a lot of men go to get fitted, they might not know what that looks like, to get tailored, to get everything. So what does that look like for
Well,
someone who's
usually, like
curious?
in this event, we ask for about half an hour because you're going to try on some garments, pants, the coats, and we're going to look at them. We're going to make assessments as to how they fit. And then we can make adjustments. So a lot of times a guy, if he's big on top, he gets a suit off the rack and the pants are really big and baggy.
Which is not attractive.
It's not
Coming from my own opinion, for a man, go
So-
get that fitting.
Exactly. So what's the beauty of doing a made-to-measure suit is you can get the pants then tapered down. You can get skinnier ankles, skinnier knees, skinnier thighs, and still get the bigger shoulder if that's the way the guy's built.
And it just makes it so much more flattering.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah.
So much more flattering.
So you spend about a half an hour, and then we do all the measurements, and then the fun part comes in, is you get all of these fabrics to choose from, you get all these linings, you get buttons, and that's the fun part. And usually it's the wives that have the most fun with it.
I can see that. You have all kinds of different options. So these suits are completely custom,
Correct.
made to order, bespoke.
Correct. Well, not quite bespoke, but it is made from scratch. You're going to pick out the fabric, you're going to pick out the lining, et cetera, and then we're going to do measurements. The bespoke means you're doing a complete measurements on everything. We don't go quite to that extreme, but it's close.
I
It's
love that
close.
we're getting all these definitions out, because a lot of times that's part of the intimidation in walking into any kind of event like this. Now, John, you brought one of your own.
Yeah, I wanted to flip this up because we talk a lot about how heart shaft and how well they're made. Now this is one of my suits, and look at the cool paisley lining. You get your name on the inside, and then you can have functional buttonholes. So I changed up the buttons to match the lining and things like that. So you can have a ton of fun when you put these suits together.
That's awesome. I mean, that's all the way down to the very last detail.
But also shows you the quality. See how they bring the fabric in around the pocket, and then even the pocket on the inside has the lining as well.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
That's very sharp. So you mentioned that nobody likes the baggy. Amber doesn't like that on men, of course. And so that, my question is, if it is baggy, what is it that, can all body types be tailored, or does it have to be a specific body type?
And especially when you're doing custom made, it's being made from scratch. So, no matter what your body type is, we can fit you. So if you're hard to fit off the rack, we can fit you, or if you just want something that's different from anybody else.
Basically, you can help everyone out.
I can help everybody.
So what are the details for tomorrow's event?
We start at 10 o'clock in the morning, the store opens up, and then we're going to go all night long. We've got tons of appointments already, but we'll fit you in if you're interested, and we have celebrity guests there too.
So do we call Dillards to make an appointment?
Call me, 859-409-3619. That's my personal cell, because I'll take that call and I'll handle it.
There you go. John's going to make you look great. We love when you are here. Thank you so much for all your info.
Thank you.
Have a great one. We'll see you again.